Today is by far the coldest and windiest day I've been out here, but that's not going to stop us from coming out here and grinding. I know it's not night out, but we have the flight scope set up. We're going to focus on wedges today. Wedges obviously are a super important part of the game, so we're going to hit a bunch of shots with all of my different wedges from 60 degree, 56, 52 pitching wedge, and just try to get our numbers as close to each other as possible for that each club. We're starting out with a pitching wedge, getting right into it. We're just gonna see how far it's going to start and try to just hit a bunch of shots there, and then we'll move down until we get to 60 degree. But starting off with the pitching wedge, see what we got going on today. .127, not hit great. There we go. That's about right. 137. So we had 127 for, all right, there we go, 128. Just about dialing in your distances with your wedges, because you don't want to hit a wedge super far and then the next one like barely get it 100 yards, right? You want them to be pretty consistent because those are your scoring clubs. Really, the majority of golf is inside of 100 yards. So we want to make sure those are dialed in. So we're trying to go for anywhere from 125 to 130. I would say that's a pretty good range for me. Oh, I pulled it. Yeah, pulled it. So as you see there, that's where the bit of discrepancies come. I pulled it, it went about 10 yards further. And if we're talking about, you know, actually playing on the course, that's over the green, most likely finding trouble. So not good. Now, if I'm hitting it, usually I would say normal conditions, not range balls, not 30 degrees out and windy, I'm probably hitting a pitching wedge about 155-ish yards, right? And that'll be interesting to bring this inside in a TrackMan, but that's what we got for now. So we're just trying to manage, right? Like that was pretty good. 138, okay. We should be at least at 140. And I'm not trying to swing it hard. There we go. Finding the groove now. So that's where the distance is jumping up, 159. That was another really good one. So as we're seeing, I'm not doing a great job at dialing in these wedges. This is really the scoring parts of the game. Like I said, you want to make sure you can dial these in. We want to see something around 135, 140 for right now. I think that's pretty solid. Okay, better. There we go. So you guys see the grouping right now, about 140 yards average with the pitching wedge. So, and overall that grouping, it's give or take 10 yards left or right. You know, I'm not in my prime right now, so we'll take that. We're gonna go down to our gap wedge 52 and try to get a little bit tighter grouping there in terms of left, right, and distance, all that good stuff. So got our gap wedge. For me, it's 52, and not really quite sure how far I'm hitting it right now, but we're just gonna go with it and try to get those groupings closer together. That's all we can really hope for. Nope, that's just not good. There we go. 130, it's about right. Really high, not as far. Maybe as far, okay. Felt pretty good. That one didn't go 109. Okay. About right there. It's wet, there's water, so it might not be reading it perfect, but working with what we got. Okay, that's about right, 132. All right, now so what I'm noticing here, it's narrower, so not as far left or right, a little bit more right than left, but the gapping is significant, so poor shots are way shorter than my well-struck shot, so have to make sure we dial that in. That's a bit annoying. Let's go on to the sand wedge. Oh, those are the misses right there. Oh, I just slide right under it. Yep. This should go about 120. There we go. Yeah, it's flying about 120. I know it's saying 102, but could be a bunch of factors there. It's better, straighter. Oh, nope, that was left and probably further. Yeah, so when you pull wedges, they go so much further. Nope. Oh man, see, that's the big two-way miss. It went 125 and then 98. Same club, two different swings. We have to just dial that in. There we go. That's better. Handsy, and that's probably long. All right, so look at this. Take a look at this. Look at this top-down spread now. If we're looking at center line, the two that are on the very left side here were my pulls. Everything else was relatively close, give or take 5 to 10 yards. So we'll take that. We have to, you know, omit those errant shots right there, but overall, that's okay. All right, we're going lob wedge now, my 60 degree. I don't really full swing the 60 too often, so I'll be curious to see what we got here. You know, full swing, maybe 100 yards, maybe. But there's no need to hit it much further than that. '87, sorry. That's the one, I just slide it right under. So it took 7 yards off of it. And the pros are so good at these shots. It's unbelievable. Me, Michael Mitnick, not quite. Just been out of the game for a while. Much better. It's pretty good right on line. .75. Very nice. Okay, let's take a look here at the spread here. That was the lob wedge. Take a look at this now, all the clubs. So, obviously the most accurate, the best thing was my lob wedge, is the yellow, as you can see up top. Now, the sand wedge is the white, which there's a lot of overlapping between the white and the blue, which is my gap wedge. So I'm gonna have to fine tune that. Again, could be a little bit off with the flight scope, so curious to take it inside with no external factors. And then the pitching wedge, relatively straight. Obviously the largest, the widest circle, everything else was much narrower, so not too bad. More so missed right than left, so that's good to know, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. Practice your wedges, that's the overall theme here. I need to practice them a lot. I'd be curious to get inside and practice them, but hope you enjoyed this video. If you're new, please subscribe, it helps me out a lot. I'll see you guys out here real soon.